Another day, another dollar, folks. Maybe Starbucks should sponsor me.
Sponsor me.
Hey guys,
and welcome back to another vlog.
today I'm going to be doing my assumptions about HelloFresh. My first assumption is that all of the foods would be really healthy and that they would be similar to what I've seen in a lot of models and influencers' vlogs about maintaining healthy diets. But I realize that that isn't as true. In fact, I think the only recipes that I've seen vloggers eat from HelloFresh are the recipes that they eat when they get sponsored by HelloFresh. So maybe they should sponsor me too. What I found was that a lot of the healthy plates weren't the most tasty. They just weren't as delicious as the other meals that were deemed not calorie smart but could have been made calorie smart. Another assumption that I had about HelloFresh was that some of the products might be frozen, but actually none of the products are frozen. It's all produce that's completely fresh. The only frozen products that come are meat products, and the vegetables come iced as well, and then obviously you can put it in the fridge, but none of them are pre-made or pre-processed, so I think in the end it does end up being pretty healthy.
Would you believe me if I told you that I was upside down again?
Finally, I thought that it might be really time-consuming and or expensive to be able to do HelloFresh, but each meal only took me about 30 to 40 minutes to make, and the nutritional facts and estimated time to make each meal was placed on each recipe card. And also, I thought that the shipping costs would be really steep, but each meal for HelloFresh is about $7 to $9. Depending on how many servings you get with each meal that you buy. And there are some cheaper meal prep kits, but there are also some more expensive ones. Ultimately, I think HelloFresh is a success. It's good. It's a good way to cook new things, try new things, get unique products and produce because they do things like give you spices that are kind of unique, like paprika is something that I tried cooking with recently, and it's something that I've never cooked with before. So that was really fun to do. Hello, dutiful subscribers. Today's video is brought to you by Quarantini. It's Quarantini Day 40. Today I'm doing an assumptions about me vlog. I'm walking around with Duke, my quarantini buddy.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service.
So my first assumption was submitted by Trishna. Yay! Her assumption was that I was a pretty mean girl in high school.
Definitely not a pretty mean girl. Just a weird friend always.
Okay, second assumption was submitted by Sam Banchik. Shout out to her new podcast, link below. Sam's assumption about me is that name brands matter to me.
No, brands don't really matter. Just style, aesthetic, if they're trendy or free, then she's all over the brand.
Yes, as many of my close friends may know, I am an avid fan of Amazon's clothing. I'll search a trend that I think would be interesting. For instance, recently, I think the crop sweater trend has been kind of in, so I've been prowling Amazon to find a nice crop sweater. So then I'll usually purchase that and try to ensure that it's good quality by reading reviews. So sometimes it's like when we went to Cambodia and bought shirts for $3. Sometimes they last me quite some time. Shout out to Phi Sigma at Wellesley College for changing my style and perceptions about art. Next assumption was submitted by Veda Reddy. Shout out! She wrote, Veda wrote that I'm intimidating, and then this emoji because I'm cool.
What emoji?
Like the shh emoji. I think people who just meet me think I'm intimidating because I'm tall and usually wear heels, so I'm generally like around 6 feet.
It would be intimidating if I just knew you from your Instagram.
Why?
because it's always like body up and you're looking down and like really tall and fierce. But if I see you in real life, you're like giggling, like even if you're wearing like tall heels and still look good.
Next assumption is from Faisa. Shout out.
Faisa, right.
That I would be mean because I'm so cool. Do you think I'm cool?
My assumption was never that you were mean.
But did you think I was cool? Bear in mind, subscribers, that Duke met me when I was in 7th grade. I had just gotten braces and I was in a phase of life.
My assumption was, oh, she might have a good heart.
Next assumption is from Cathy and
Yay.
She is a Phi
Sigma sister.
sibling.
Okay.
Cathy writes that I definitely model.
I mean, you do model.
Truth. So let it be known that I am signed with an agency in Boston.
Sponsor me.
I was signed in high school with an agency in LA. Mainly the Boston modeling industry is kind of based around companies like. It's not really my vibe.
What is your vibe?
I think it's kind of a mix of New York City and LA, because New York City fashion is like very bold but kind of more black, like darker tones.
But you like colors.
Yeah, I think that's where the LA side comes in. People have told me that I'm more like New York because the models that are signed in New York tend to be taller. So finally, Duke, what were your first assumptions about me?
Innocent girl that's really smart and just like studies a lot. Catherine was the only other person that would beat me on our algebra tests in middle school.
Well, thanks for watching. We should do an outro.
Which Shakira did at the Super Bowl, where she's like, don't fight it.